I want to defend something today that the internet loves to make fun of: LARPing. Maybe you've heard someone say, oh, he's just LARPing as a DJ. Oh, she's just LARPing as an entrepreneur. They're just pretending. And honestly, a lot of times, you're right. Those people might be renting the Lamborghini or buying fake followers or buying fake streams. It's the pretending to do something or accomplish something that you haven't. That's not what I'm talking about in this video. I'm talking about LARPing the identity of the person you're trying to become. Because here's what's really fascinating. There is an entire branch of psychology that suggests that this is not just delusion. It might actually be a permanent way to change your behavior. In psychology, it's called the self-perception theory. And once I understood it, it completely changed how I approach business and music, my sobriety, everything. And if you're serious about making music, I think this will completely change how you think about your career. I think that most people wrongly believe that your identity creates your actions. I'm disciplined, so I go to the gym. I'm a producer, so I make music. That makes sense, right? But psychologists discover something very interesting. Sometimes the brain works backwards. Instead of asking, who am I? Your brain watches your behavior and then asks, what kind of person consistently behaves in this way? Then it slowly builds your identity around that past evidence. So think about it. Your identity is not the starting point. Sometimes it's the conclusion. Your brain is constantly calculating evidence of who you are. Every decision you make, every habit, every action, it's all another vote. It's all another piece of evidence into who this person is going to be. And eventually, all of those votes, that's your identity. That's why I love the following sentence. Every action is evidence. Whether it's the evidence that you're creative, the evidence that you're an entrepreneur, the evidence that you're a music producer. One of my favorite examples of this comes from behavioral psychology. Researchers looked at something incredibly simple, the concept of people trying to get in shape and lose weight, right? We're all trying to. So they set up a study where someone offers junk food. One person says, oh, I can't eat junk food. Another person says, I don't eat junk food. I know those sentences sound identical, but psychologically, they're completely different. I can't means that someone else made the rule or society made the rule or external forces made the rule. They're resisting it. They're being deprived. But the I don't, that's identity. That's who you are as a person. You're not negotiating. You're not fighting anything. The decision has already been made. And that tiny shift changed everything. The people in that study who said, I don't eat junk food, ended up being the cohort that lost the most weight. Because one person is relying on the willpower, the other person is believing. Now ask yourself, how do you talk about music? Do you say, oh, I'm trying to make it as a producer, I'm trying to make music, I'm trying to DJ? Or do you say, no, I'm a producer? Those are not the same sentences. One is hoping, one is identity. I've experienced this in my own life over and over and over again. Now, if you don't know, like Cosmic Academy, this program we have, yes, there's this YouTube channel where we have these tutorials and it's lovely, but it's all based on our main artist development program. And we've been running it very successfully for the last 14 years. And prior to that, I owned a concert company and I did shows. I did concerts with over 3,000 artists. I booked some of the biggest artists in the world, from Swedish House Mafia to Zed. When I was building my career as a concert producer, I kept telling people, oh, I'm trying to throw these shows. I'm trying to throw a show. Trying. I didn't even believe it. So I stopped saying I'm trying. And I started to say, I'm a concert producer. Did I suddenly magically snap the fingers, have a massive company? No. But something weird started to happen. I started making decisions differently. I started negotiating differently. I started solving problems differently. I became more professional. I took myself more seriously. That identity changed and the behaviors changed, and then the results changed. I had the exact same experience when it came to quitting drinking and going sober. I think there's a lot of folks that will say, oh, I'm trying not to drink, or I'm trying to quit, or, they're counting their days and this and that. And I heard this like Tony Robbins thing where he talked about this quite a bit. If you don't know Tony Robbins, super motivational guy. He's like, yeah, the thing with people with addiction or with drinking, it's their identity. And once it goes from, oh, I'm trying to quit to, oh, I'm just a sober person, it's a game changer. And it's true. Because once I started identifying as someone that doesn't drink, I just tell people I don't drink, that became part of my identity. It stopped feeling like, oh, this is a battle. Oh, I feel weird about it. I'm trying to stop. Like nothing externally changed, but internally, everything was different. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this within your music career, because I think it's the biggest game changer. And this is one of the biggest transformations we see in our program at Cosmic Academy, our main artist development program. People, they want to try to learn Ableton. They want to try to get gigs. They want to try getting signings. But somewhere during our program, something much bigger happens. I see my students stop trying to become producers, and then they become one. Their standards change, their habits change, they start stacking that evidence. And then that confidence comes, their progress accelerates, and then boom, you look 6 months later, they sign their first record, or they play their first festival, they have their first tour. They had to become the thing. By the way, I've mentioned this artist development program of ours. If you're interested in that kind of progress, I'll leave a link below to apply in the comments. So what does this look like specifically for music? Here's a question. If I followed you around with a camera recording you for the next 30 days, what would I find out? Would I conclude that you're a music producer? And sure, you'll tell me that you are, but based on your actions, would I know? Would I see finished songs? Would I see the practice of consistency? Would I see you asking for feedback and learning intentionally? Would I see you signing records and networking and doing the branding and the marketing, all the other stuff that sometimes you don't even want to do? Or would I maybe see a person that does one of those things and talks about a lot of it? Because here's the truth that I don't think a lot of people want to hear. Producers produce, writers write, lifters lift, entrepreneurs build businesses. I speak to so many students that talk about it all the time without being about it. So let's come back to LARPing. I think the internet has this definition completely wrong. LARPing isn't about buying expensive gear. It's not pretending that you have Spotify listeners and buying those fake streams. All of that stuff is insecurity. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about LARPing the habits, LARPing professionals, LARPing the discipline, LARPing the consistency. The first times you go to a gym, you don't know what you're doing, but it's the showing up that matters. Anyone who works out, if you're watching this, smash the like button if you agree with me. A lot of times you don't even want to work out, but if you can just get to the gym, you kind of like LARPed your way there, you end up doing the workout. Yes or yes. So within your music, it's like showing up is 90% of the battle, right? You might not want to say, hey, every Tuesday night at this time, I'm going to work on this record, but you show up. You might say, I'm going to dedicate a certain amount of time every single week to marketing. You might not want to do it. You might dread having to sit down for it. But when you show up, something starts to happen. In a funny way, that is LARPing, and it is good. Because eventually, it stops just being pretend. Eventually, it's just who you are. Just like with the gym, after you show up enough times, it's no longer, oh, I got to go to the gym. Eventually, it's just, I'm someone that works out. People think confidence comes after the success. No, sometimes it comes from your identity, and your identity is built on these actions. Stop waiting for a label to tell you that you're a producer. Stop waiting for a record contract. Stop waiting for these external sources to tell you those things. 100,000 Spotify streams does not make you a music producer. Playing the biggest festival in the world does not make you a DJ. Remember, your brain is always collecting evidence. You finishing a record is evidence. You writing a melody when you don't want to is evidence. You sitting down and writing down marketing ideas and filming some content is evidence. It's the promises you keep to yourself. That is the evidence. Because then your brain will reach a conclusion, oh, this is exactly who I am. It's not fake. It's not delusion. It's also not some bullshit manifestation in the mirror. It is stacking these actions, one on top of the other, that prove 100% I am a music producer. Now go give yourself the evidence. And to help, I'm going to have the algorithm figure out exactly what you need to look at next. What's the next thing you need to learn to help you on this journey? Go watch this video next, and we'll see you in that one.